But going back and remembering some of those early days of Focus and thinking about the topic I'm going to be presenting on, I'm reminded about how my wife and I, before we were married, my wife was one of the first Focus missionaries. And she was sharing with me some of her dreams, things she'd hoped to do in life before we got married. And one of them, she said, was that if I ever get a chance, I'd love to run a marathon. It'd be great to run a marathon. And well, we got married and started having a family, and really things just started taking off. And 13 years later and 6 kids later, I'm staring at this going, I don't think this dream is going to become a reality. But last year, she said, all right, I think this is the year I want to go for it. She's always been a runner, but she started really training hard. She ran a bunch of half marathons. She did 14 on the weekend, 16, 18, 20, and finally she was ready. She went down in December and ran in the Tucson Marathon. I went down to help support her, and she did great for the first half of the marathon. It was just like nothing. And then I saw her at mile 19, and that's pretty far along, and she's still just looking great. She's smiling. She's got her thumbs up. We're talking. Then I drove ahead, and I saw her at mile 21, and she's all just doing great. Saw her again at mile 22. She's waving, just looking great, like no problem. So then I went ahead. I wanted to see her one more time before she got to the finish line. And I got to mile 24, and it was a great place because they didn't block off traffic here. So I was just waiting for her to come around the corner, and then I could actually run alongside her for a little bit and cheer her on in the last part. Well, I'm waiting, and finally I see her come around the corner, and I come running up to her, and I go, "Go, Beth!" And she doesn't even talk to me. And I'm running alongside, I go, "You can do it, honey!" And she's just like this, not even acknowledging me. I go, "Only 2 more miles to go." And she just totally blew me off. I mean, just no acknowledgement whatsoever. She was hitting what a lot of runners call the wall. The wall. And that's the part of the marathon. Usually comes around mile 22 through 25, where your body just says, enough. I just want to collapse on the floor. I don't care if it's concrete. I don't want to do anything else. And it was a really hard part of her run. But in the end, she persevered, worked through it, and finished. And she ended up finishing the marathon in just a little bit over 4 hours. So it was an exciting time to see her do that. But I share that story with you because I think our mission in Focus really is more like a marathon. It's not so much of a sprint, not so much of a short distance race, but it's really about preparing for something much longer, much more intense, much bigger. It's not a sprint. It's not about just what we're doing on campus in our Bible studies this week. And that's important, and that's going to have an impact on people's lives. But it's not just about that. And it's not just about what we're going to do on campus, what we're going to do with discipleship, what kind of leadership events we're going to put on for the semester. But it's really about training for lifelong mission.